What's going on, guys? This is going to be my Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes spoiler-free review. Just got done watching it a few hours ago, and I just wanted to go ahead and get these thoughts out while they're still fresh on my mind. Maybe it's my love for the franchise and its characters, or maybe it's because I've only seen it once, but I'm really finding it hard to say something negative about this movie.
Oh, say that!
The only thing that I can really say is that I think at the beginning of the movie, it was a little bit hard to make out the words that the apes were saying. Like, they were speaking, and it was just kind of hard to say, like, understand what exactly they were saying. And that could just be because I'm a little hard of hearing, or it could be because that's just how it was at the beginning of the movie. But as time went on, it did get easier to tell what they were saying. And again, maybe that's because of the movie, or maybe my ears just adjusted. So one thing I will say about this movie is, aside from keeping myself away from the trailers and the TV spots and all the extra footage they released, what was released, like the initial first two trailers, is all I watched. And I wanted to like applaud, whoever was in charge of the marketing and this stuff, because there's so much to the movie other than what was shown in the trailers. And even some of that stuff, once you watch the movie, you can tell they took some stuff out, they edited some stuff out, and you can't tell. And it's really great. It's very refreshing to go into a movie not knowing what's going to happen. Take the Strangers Chapter 1 trailer, for example. There's a moment in that trailer where you can see the couple tied up, and you can tell it's kind of towards the end of the movie. And me personally, I don't see that couple getting out of that situation alive, especially when you compare it to the first two Stranger movies. So, I could be wrong. Maybe one of them gets away. Maybe both of them gets away. I don't know. Don't quote me on this. I hate when you watch a trailer and you can tell what's gonna happen because they put too much in the trailer. And they didn't do that with these movies, and it's just really refreshing. So that's something I wanted to say was really great. So back to the Planet of the Apes. My favorite thing about the movie, I think, was the visuals and the cinematography. The way that they made the Earth look like it had been desolated from humans for hundreds of years, I thought was really cool and creative. It felt really real and tangible. And I don't mean tangible in the sense like that's a future for us, apes are gonna take over and this is what the world is going to look like. I mean it looks like, if this is what happened, we were gone, this is what it would look like. There's vines growing over planes that had fallen from the sky that are torn up, and there's boats that are rusted and completely gone. Like, it just looks like something that would really happen. And I don't think I've seen that in a post-apocalyptic movie in a while since I Am Legend. Going into this movie, I was a little concerned about them not showing what happened to Cesear, but there is a little bit of the movie where they show, without revealing too much because it's spoiler-free, there's a part in the movie where they do show kind of a little bit of what happens after War for the Planet of the Apes, after Cesear dies at the end of that one. But they don't really show anything as far as Cornelius and what happens to him. So I'm hoping that's something that we do get in the future movies. Maybe they give us a little bit of backstory and history on what happened to him. But because we love Cesear. If you love these movies, you love Cesear. At least I do. And he had his one son left. So maybe it's just a me thing. I want to know what happened to his son. I want to know, pick up his story a little bit, show us what went wrong and how we got from, all the apes being together to where the apes are in this movie. So the new character taking the spotlight, his name is Noah. We knew from the trailers going in that he was going to be kind of taking over the role as the main character, and I don't want to say the mantle of Cesear, but like, he's front line and center, and he's replacing Cesear. And so maybe I messed up there going in thinking he's gonna have the same qualities and sort of personality as Cesear. He's gonna be a great leader like Cesear. He's gonna be kind and compassionate like Cesear, which I'm not saying he's not a good leader or he's not kind and compassionate. We do get to see some of those traits in this movie. It just doesn't come off with the leadership one. At least this movie doesn't really make you feel he's the same type of leader or leader in any kind of way, in my opinion, as Cesear. Like, Cesear was smart, he planned things out, and that was the joy of the movies, is seeing how he got, his group out of situations by being smart and planning and all these things. And in this movie, he's smart, it's just not the same. And the way that he leads is not the same, which really, we don't even really get to see him lead. So that's another thing to kind of look forward to in the future movies, is seeing him kind of grow into that leadership role like Cesear. This movie had a lot of great notes, a lot of great emotional weight to it. Anytime the actors were saying anything, you could see the emotion in their eyes, you could feel the emotions in their eyes. And I mean, honestly, it was a phenomenal job to have all this CGI and stuff on your face and not even be able to see the actor's face, but be able to feel the emotions in the way that they speak and the emotion that they carry in their eyes when they're saying things. I think it's really great, and it's one thing that these movies do really great that not a lot of movies do. I think Disney and Lion King specifically should maybe take a note, because I mean, we all know from the Lion King live action movie that the characters were all very lifeless. There's no emotions to their face or anything like that.
And I've got to say, in all honesty, it's the biggest piece of dog shit.
I'm trying to diss it, but at the same time, it's good to use that as an example, because it's a big mess up, in my opinion, on Disney. And then when you get to watch a movie like this, where it's animals, but they're a lot like humans, because you get to see, you know, this emotional weight and emotional capacity just in their eyes and in their personalities, and they even have like these little tics when they're talking. Like each character has little facial movements and little things that they do here and there when they speak. It's just so great and refreshing, and it's crazy because it's CGI. It's not even their actual initial face, and I mean, the actors are just well done. The villain of the story, without going too much into him, he's not underwhelming like a lot of movie villains today, but I don't want to call him great either. There's nothing really phenomenal about him. There's nothing really menacing about him. I mean, there's a little bit of a chill in the air when he's around and he's doing the things he's doing, and you kind of worry about the fate of some of the characters, but there's not a lot of gravity or weight to him, if that makes sense. I just didn't feel any tie to him or anything whenever I think about other villains like Voldemort or Darth Vader or Sauron from Lord of the Rings. Like, you just got these villains, and when they're around, you think, you know, something, you feel something, and I didn't get too much of that with him. He was still great, his acting was still really great, the facial expressions again from these actors and from him, it was great. I'm not complaining. I just wish maybe we had gotten more time with him to give him more of a menacing vibe, give him more of a menacing tone, because I don't think we really got that in this movie. I didn't like the girl character very much, but that was not because of her acting. It wasn't because of anything to do with her personally or because she's a female. It's just, I just didn't like the decisions she made in the movie. Sometimes characters make decisions that you don't agree with or you do agree with, and you either like them or you hate them. And so that's all I'm saying here. I just didn't like her because of the decisions she made in the movie. You'll have to watch the movie for yourself to see why I say that, and then once you get to the end, you'll understand. And that's another thing about these movies, is it's crazy how, you know, you can get all this character development and character depth, and before too long you get into so deep and you don't even realize you're rooting for the character that's actually against your species. And I just think, you know, that's great storytelling in itself, to be able to make you forget who you are and what you are and side with the character, and then you're like, oh wait, I'm a human, shouldn't I be siding with the humans? I mean, they're not exactly wrong, which is another example of good storytelling. You know, they have good reasons for the things that they do in this movie and the other movies, just like the apes have good things that they do in these movies and the past movies. They all have motives, and you can see why they're making these decisions, but you pick a side, and it's just good fucking storytelling when they can make you feel something like this. It's good storytelling to make you forget what species you are. I'm not saying I thought I was a monkey, but just to make you forget, you know, that you're rooting for the opposite species. It's crazy to me. And, you know, I look forward to watching this movie again. I don't know that I'll go to theaters to see it again. It was a great movie. I just don't want to spend the money, obviously, because of inflation that's going on right now. Otherwise, I'd be seeing it a couple more times, but I think I'll wait until it comes out and then buy it so I can watch it as many times as I want that way. But I mean, it was a really good movie. I don't know that this ties in with the Marky Mark movies or the ones that came out in like the 70s or 80s, but the storytelling here is just really great. It's a really good movie, and again, it was hard for me to find anything really negative to say about it. What did you guys think? If you've seen it, did you like it or did you hate it? Do you think they should stop making these movies? Do you root for the apes or do you root for the humans? Let me know what you think in the comment section. If you watched this video, please leave a like. Go ahead and comment. Let's talk about what's going on with these movies. And hey, if you made it this far, I just wanted to say thank you for watching. I really do appreciate it, and I hope you have a great day. Thanks guys, I'll see you in the next video.